Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the Power Network. I'm Amy, your guide for today's adventure. We're heading back to the enchanting Watts Island for another edition of Weird Watts Wednesday. Joining me is the fabulous Rose Z, and together we're diving into Shanann's circle of friends and their latest interviews. So gather around, besties. Let's explore the besties in this case. While we wait for our fellow besties and boaters to arrive, I'll roll the credits. A special shout out to my replay crew and my power dragonflies. Your support means the world to me, and you know I love you.
Cavalier's drumming his old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that.
Here in the essence of gratitude, it's good to be back with my Weird Watts Wednesday Island crew. And with me on this boating adventure, I have Rosie with me, but I think she needs to get a little situated. How's everyone doing today? I think today we're going to talk about the interviews, the latest interviews that the friends have had. I know that there have been some, I've got some Nicole Atkinson stuff. I've got some Lauren stuff. I've got some Thayer, Amanda stuff. And let's bring Rose on and say hi. Hi, Rose.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hopefully I fixed the reverb. I'm outside, so hopefully that'll help.
I don't hear it, so yay.
Hey, I'm excited.
I am too. So I'm really excited too because I checked just before we went live and we are 4 people away from hitting 7K. So maybe we can hit it during this live. So check to see if you're subscribed over on YouTube because my YouTube channel is really close to being up to 7K. Just 4 people away. So
yay. If everybody, as they're watching this, continue to subscribe, we'll be good.
Yeah, and be sure to subscribe to Rose's channel too. I will for sure put her link down in the show notes, in the YouTube show notes, if you want to subscribe to hers too. So I don't want to leave her out either.
Thank you.
Okay, so so subscribe, and also, you know, we like to do the algorithm dance party. Just start warming up your fingers and dancing them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button. Helps us dance out into the algorithm and do all that stuff. It's a free way to help us out, and it's really, really appreciated. I see we've got some people in chat. I see Kathleen Fleck is here. Thank you so much for encouraging people to hit and like. That's really appreciated. And I see Jennifer from Crafted Evidence is here. Hi, Jen. And Jana. Hi, Jana.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming.
And hi to everybody listening out there in the background. So out in the weeds. So have you heard any new interviews lately with the Watts friends?
Nothing like with the friends, except for I know that Christina, her husband, had passed away, and that was a little while ago. And then they're both still doing Thrive, and they're doing really well with it. They're earning the trips every time. So I'm on the Thrive where they show everybody that wins, like on Facebook. So I just curiously kind of look for them every time. and they win every time. Yeah.
Who
So
they,
that's a really good person.
Nichol and Christina?
Yes, sorry. Nichol Atkinson and Christina. And Nichol looks really good.
Yeah,
Really
I've
good.
got mainly Nichol stuff. I didn't really pull up too much of the Christina. I think now that you say that her husband passed away, I do remember that. That's horrible.
I know, it was really sad. I shared something at the time with like some pictures and stuff, but they had a cute little family of him, her, and a daughter, and it was just really sad.
I Crafted says I haven't been chatting with Nichol Atkinson. You have or you haven't? I've chatted with Nichol in the past too. I tried to get Thrive from her, a sample, and she promised to send it twice. It just never happened. So I don't bother with
And so
it anymore.
she has a lot of customers too.
Yeah.
I actually, we always buy Thrive for the shakes because they actually taste really good. I hate the taste of like any protein shake, but for some reason these ones taste really good and I can like stomach them. So we always buy Thrive. Like we always have like 4 of the protein packs or whatever. My boyfriend loves it.
Oh, really? I knew that you had tried it. I didn't know that you were still doing it.
Yeah, I don't do the patches or any of that stuff, but I just strictly for flavor.
Sometimes I like to have a Thrive, or not a Thrive, protein something on hand too, because I have eating problems.
I'll send it to you.
Huh?
I have vanilla and cookies and cream, and all of their stuff's gluten free too. That's why I also really like it. I'll send you some if you want to try them.
Oh, yeah, I would like to try it because Nichol Atkinson had me sign up under her husband. And so I'm signed up under her husband, but I never got anything. And the last time I asked her, she said she was in the mountains. That the first time I asked her too, she was in the mountains. And she's like, I'm in the mountains. I'll send when I get out. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she's probably really busy.
Yeah.
I know there was somebody else that I had done Thrive with before, and they had told me you can use different emails and then use different consultants. You just have to switch the email. They don't like really care if you switch around, supposedly. But yeah, I like it. I know it's bad to say because it's the MLM kind of thing. But my friend that I buy it from, her husband buys it from her, and she does, and so I think she usually gets hers for free.
Oh.
So yeah, I think it's a good deal.
I have a friend that sells what is it called? It's called it's an MLM. It's the same a lot. They sell protein and health stuff, and I like the coffee stuff, and I'm really torn by it because it's like it doesn't give me jitters, and it has all the good stuff in it, but it's like not good for like it's an MLM. So
I know I have a hard time like supporting that stuff in one way, but I just like their product. If that's how I have to get it, I understand. And the people that I'm dealing with, like, I know the guy above the girl that I buy it from is in Shanann's thing here in Colorado. And I actually get it from a girl. I think she is all the way across the country. So,
Chris Miller. Chris Miller?
I don't know if it's him. I looked it up once and I thought it was him, but I don't want to say for sure. I know it's somebody who lives here in town, in the town that I live in.
It's amazing to me. I was just trying to see because they send me, I can't think of the name of it. It's Tranot. It's TRANOT. And they have this mojo coffee that's really good.
Dude, I would totally try it.
If I have some, I'd send it to you. I just haven't bought any lately because I'm not a good salesperson, so I can't sell it so that I can get it for free. I'm really bad at that stuff. So.
Yeah, I try not to do that because then I'm like the sales lady or whatever. I just want my stuff and I'll buy it when they have it on sale.
Yeah, that's another thing to do. Just buy it when it's on sale.
Well, I think it's like 56 if you pay full price. If you get auto ship, it's like 46 for 16 packets. So it's kind of like a lot. You're paying a lot for it. But my stomach's been so jacked lately that I need the protein, but I don't want to eat, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm always like that. It's my fibromyalgia makes me constantly have drainage, and my stomach is just always upset.
That's like the worst feeling, especially in the morning when you know you should eat something and
Mhm.
you're like, you don't want to. Totally get
Yeah,
it.
I will get to the point where I will vomit before, like my stomach will get really upset. I'll have to vomit, and then I'll be able to eat. It's weird. It's just
Ooh,
horrible.
that happens to me. That happens to me too. It's like I make
Oh,
myself so sick that nothing sounds good, and then I
uh-huh.
let it go too far, and I feel like I want to throw. Yeah,
Yep. You just sit there and you got to let it pass, and then you move on.
awful. But I've lost a little bit of weight lately with my stomach hurting, so there's always a silver lining.
Yeah, there's always a silver lining. See, okay, so Jen just texted Nicole to ask what the other company name that she works with. I know she was doing some, because like Thrive now has skincare and all that other stuff, because this
Oh,
Shanann
yeah.
has the best collagen too. It tastes like shit, but anything that's healthy, that is good for you or skincare, it'll smell like shit or it'll taste like shit, and it's
Yeah,
working. So yeah,
the scents aren't good for you anyways.
no, it's not. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff with Nicole. So let's just start right there with Nicole. I went over into Reddit and I saw this a year ago. Someone put Nicole Atkinson and her son Nicholas. Apologies in advance if I had mentioned them before. There is something deeply. So this is what people are starting to go after Nicole and Nick, and I can't understand why they would think these two are super shady when, in my opinion, that if it weren't for these two, like the case wouldn't have got solved as fast as it did. What do you
No,
think
and
about
there is a chance that he would have gotten away with it without her being there, finding the cell phone. I think he knew he was screwed early on because of her. So to me, she's the hero of the story. She
Yeah.
said, I always remember this. In the one of the documentaries, she says, I told Shanann last thing I said was, let me know if you need anything in the morning. And she went over there and she did need her friend, I always thought that was so interesting,
Yeah. She was a friend. I know she was Sandy's friend originally, and like they resisted becoming friends because who wants to become friends with their mom, like best friends with their mom's best friend or like their mom's friend, right? So then when Sandy finally left, that's when their friendship started.
Yeah, they were working together at Great Clips. And one of my friends was actually working with them, a girl that I worked with at my last salon or whatever. And she said they were both really nice.
Okay. I guess Nicole answered and she said, Shop Club. I've heard that M word one before, but Maluka. I think
Oh,
that's the hair.
Melaleuca. I've heard of them too.
Maluka.
Everything has tea tree in it, I think.
Yeah, they would need to reach out. Oh, I just bought some tea tree Head and Shoulders because somebody over on TikTok, she likes to talk about duperoonies, and she said to make your hair grow fast to use this Head and Shoulders tea tree shampoo, and it smells so good. It smells so good. It smells like this green forest with a little bit of sweetness to it. I just love it. I don't know if it's going to make
Ooh,
my hair. I just started, so I don't know if my hair is growing faster, but
I
it
need
smells
that.
good.
I had extensions in my hair and it kind of pulled the whole thickness out of the back. So I definitely need something like that.
We'll put her Gmail link down there if anybody wants to contact her about those items. But okay, so this person says, apologies in advance if I had mentioned them before. There's something deeply shady and unlikable about them. It's not just the way they behaved, pushing themselves straight into the Watts house that terrible day, which I would have done the same thing. I actually probably would not have even waited for Chris, to be honest with you. I would have taken the hit with whatever the police wanted to do to me. If I thought my friend was in there, I would have got in. But yeah, that's just
especially because she's talking to her mom too.
Yeah,
I don't think she would have gotten in any trouble whatsoever.
Mm-mm. But this person says Cassie Rosenberg was the one who said to call 911, and Jeremy Lindstrom and his wife told the truth about. Oh wait, this isn't actually the one I wanted to do, because the one I wanted to show. Well, all right. This was supposed to be with the Cassie one, because let's just talk about Cassie first then. I'm sorry. I know I don't want to confuse people, and like I know we're talking about Nichol. Or should we like table this and talk about Nichol and talk about this when we go to Cassie? What do you want to do? I don't want to confuse people.
Yeah, let's just stay with Nichol and then move on from there.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So Nichol Kessinger or Nicole Atkinson, sorry. I went over, and like I said, I know her. I knew she was over on Facebook, so I pulled up her Facebook to kind of see what's going on. And I thought this was weird about her Facebook page. There's one. Oh, hold on. All right, I don't know what just happened, but when I was doing my research, I pulled up her page and it was in German. And I was going to show you guys this because I thought it was weird that her page was in German, but maybe it was just something wonky with Facebook, because now it's not in German. And I was going to say, is she doing this to try to hide herself? But no, it's not in German. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Facebook has like the auto translate that's actually like you could always translate stuff like right underneath it. So maybe it's just a fluke, but that's crazy.
Well, yeah, I think it's the same crazy thing that happened when I was editing the Nichol Kessinger.
Crazy, dude.
Let me show
you. Are you
going to
show that?
Yeah, I'm going to show. But I'll show it now. I was editing a Nichol Kessinger video, you guys, and for yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, but and I wanted to just grab Nichol Kessinger's face off of a photo, Nichol Kessinger's photo. And so you can see, there's a thing where you can go in and in your elements and you can cut it and then you can grab her face off, because I just wanted her face. But when I grabbed her face, this is what comes out underneath it. And I've never in my life seen a demonic face underneath a grabbed face.
That's crazy. And then like I zoomed out and looked like at the neck area, and I swear to you, to me, it looks like a face like coming up like that, like screaming at the bottom. I don't know if you see that, but like right underneath like the facial area and on the neck of the character that pops up. Do you see it?
Yeah, and the video was on, did Nichol Kessinger leave demonic things in the house, basically. And sorry, my thing fell. But yeah, so this was the first photo that I did, and I was like, wow. And then I was talking to, I think it was maybe Jen, and she's like, maybe it's AI. And I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what AI is doing now. So I went in and I did it again. And this is what I got the second time. And I did a one where Bella was on it. And so I grabbed Bella's face and I was like, is it doing it like that to all of them? So I grabbed Bella's face off, and no, it just makes it look like she's backwards.
That is so weird. And I wonder if I don't know. It's crazy. It has to be something, because obviously it was underneath it. So I don't even know how they would do that, honestly. Like, have it prepared underneath, or I feel like there's some sort of something,
I've grabbed faces
like, that's
before,
crazy.
but not enough. I've grabbed the faces off before. I always thought it did something where it was just black, but never like a face underneath a face.
That is crazy. And it's a totally, like, meaner face underneath her stoic face, That's crazy.
All right. This is still, all right, okay. Now I see it. All right. Do you see that this is a different language right here?
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
That is so weird. You don't have your language settings on German, do you? I'm just kidding. You have a talent that I don't know of? No.
But it's like that there, but when I go back into this one, it's not like that. So, but this was an old one that was left up. So I don't know. Like, anyway, let's just see what she has to say.
Super quick live, as you can follow my saga of delivery. Okay, so a lot of you have seen my house because I walked around it. There's the front door right there. There's the front door. Okay?
Ooh, it's a nice house.
This is where they live. Does it even make sense? It's not by the back door. It's not by the front door. It's
a dog
in
or
the middle
something?
of. I think it makes sense.
Do you have an animal that stopped them from progressing?
I don't know if I would want to pick up a box that was delivered and then just left. Do you know what I mean? That's so weird. We have just under 200-pound dog, and they will come right up to the window that he can probably break through, and they'll set it right down there, and they'll wave to him, and they don't seem to be scared around where I live.
Oh. Hi, Renee. I don't know. I would probably pick it up if I was expecting it. If I wasn't expecting it, it would be an issue for me. I'd be like,
that's true. If you knew what it was.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on with Nicole Atkinson, I just popped over onto her YouTube page. I don't know why this says death. Like, she must be doing some fun things, I guess. Those fun memes that she does. Is this Frank? Who is this? Is this her husband? Doesn't it kind of look like Frank? No, it's her husband. It does
look like Frank.
But isn't it weird that her husband sort of, I never knew what her husband looked like. So to me, her
neither
husband
did I. It's the first time I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, their daughter is so cute.
Yeah, I don't want to show the kids too much though. So
yeah, no, I totally get it.
And then over on her, she's over on Instagram. This is basically what she's doing, a lot of these over on Instagram. I do see her from time to time pop up like tributes to Shanann here and there on the big anniversaries and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that before too. I have her on my Facebook and her son. And so I see that every once in a while I'll see something pop up, and her son does tributes to Shanann too. It's really sweet.
Look how long her hair is. Wow.
It's so pretty and it's healthy. I want that hair. Maybe not blonde. I don't think blonde would look good on me, but I want her hair.
I don't think blonde looks good on her either. It makes her look older.
Yeah, I would say I liked her like darker brunette that she had for sure.
I even liked when she did the pinks and stuff. I thought that was pretty. But
oh yeah, it was like one of her first interviews where she had like the tones in her hair, like the colors.
yeah,
I like
those
that.
colors. I really liked it. So in going on, I thought this was an interesting question. Somebody said, why did she surround herself with overweight, average looking women? Was it just a coincidence that her group of friends were overweight, or did she seek out overweight women to make herself feel superior? I don't think so. I think she was in the health business, and people that are trying to get healthy tend to find each other. She reminds me of a high school bully who wanted to be pretty and popular, ringleader of the group. I don't get that from her. Do you?
No, I think these are just the people that she, for lack of a better word, convinced that it would help them, and that they wanted to, either earn their thrive for free, so they joined her. Or do you know what I mean? I think it's more of a business thing. People who happen to want to, like, those aren't her people she has known since high school. Or do you know what I mean? It's more of just the people that kind of came to her. And she didn't know too many people in Colorado. So I don't think that it was like she had so many friends, she only picked the like overweight ones or whatever this person is going at. Do you know what I mean?
I think she was just in a hodgepodge of women, and women come in all shapes and sizes because not all of them were overweight either. So just in that picture.
No, like what about
they're not even that weight
Christine?
anymore. Christine
yeah. I don't think that's true. People try to find something out of nothing a lot of the time, I think. Especially with her like bad intentions. Oh, she, wanted to be the popular girl, or I don't think that's the case. Otherwise, she would have went on Facebook for more bragging about herself than talking about thrive. You know what I mean?
I don't think she wanted to be the popular girl either. I think she wanted to be the girl that wanted to help others. I am that girl too. It makes me feel so good to help other people. And it's not a selfless act. It makes me feel good. I feel good doing it. So I know, so it's not selfless, but she was that girl that did those things. And she had those friends that were around her that would do those things for her. It was magic.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were drawn to her. She had that
I'm
energy.
drawn to her in depth. I laid in a hospital room after having a stroke, listening to her inspo, and it got me out of bed. I didn't know she was dead. I didn't know that. I just heard her, and I was like, yes, I can do this.
Well, and during the stay-at-home time that everybody went through for a really long time, she was somebody that you could like research and watch all of her videos, and she was always positive. Like it's like a good influence.
Nicole Atkinson is in our chat. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming. And I just want to let you know that we appreciate you and what you did for your friend. And welcome. Thank you.
We'll support and fight for you to the day I die, because
we're Team Shanann. We both
a girl, and I believe in female friendship. So, okay, let's keep going. I didn't know this. Hold on. Is it up on screen? Yeah, it is. This one says, Cass's diminished friendship with Shanann's Thrive friends. What happened? Sorry if I asked this in the past already, or if someone else has, but Cassandra has mentioned in the discovery several times, in particular, having SMS conversations with Shanann, Addie, Christina, and Nicole. It looks like Cass is either ghosted or been ghosted by the other friends. Does anyone know if there was a public fallout between the group? Genuinely curious, as they seem very close-knit at the time of Shanann's death. I'm curious about this, and I'm also curious about Lauren.
Lauren?
Lauren.
I don't think I know who Lauren is.
Sorry, the bird's flying all over the place.
I bird here too.
You get a daytime live with me, you get the bird. Lauren is the friend that interviewed with Seeking the Truth with Dave.
Is that her high school friend?
This one, yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know who she is. Sorry, go. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So, in order to give an interview to a channel that, thank you, Bobby, a channel that obviously does not like Shanann, what went wrong?
Yeah. Maybe he convinced her otherwise and she didn't look into it, you know? It takes a little while if you don't know the background of this person to be like, oh, maybe they're, you know what I mean?
But one call to the root checks and you would know. One call to the root checks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm not saying
true.
like anything bad or good about this channel. I'm just saying that a channel that is obviously not for somebody, for your friend, would be an odd choice to choose to interview with. Like, I mean, why not come here and interview here, you know, or
or even like a news outlet or something, you know, a little bit more neutral even.
And I mean, I would love to interview with anybody and get Shanann's light out there.
I would love to. Yeah. I'd love to talk to any of her friends just to see how they're doing and stuff like that. More of like, I want to know the people side of the story. Obviously, we've all seen the camera in the
more. Yes. Sorry, I talked over you. Sorry.
No, you're totally good. You can jump in anytime. But I would just be curious to know things like more about her personally. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I would love to know more about her. What was her favorite color? What was her favorite thing to do? What was the funniest thing that you ever did with her? What was the most outrageous thing that you ever did with her? What was the thing that really pissed you off about her? What was her most annoying feature? You know, like what was, you know?
Yeah, like the girl talk. You know?
Yeah, the girl.
Like something. Yeah. Was she a type who wanted like the expensive bag? Is she more the girl who wanted like the, you know, like the Midway Macy's bag or the, you know what I mean? I always need to know about people's personalities and what they like.
I think I knew that about her, that purple was her favorite. My favorite room in her home was the purple ceiling room.
Me too.
No, there was nothing in there. It was my favorite room.
But it was open.
Yeah.
And that's what made the whole living room and everything. If she would have packed in and been like, she seemed like a little bit more minimalist with her, you know, decorating and stuff. If she had been one of those people who really packed it, the house wouldn't have looked so open and beautiful. And you know what I mean?
We saw what the Millers did. The Millers packed it and it looked horrible, in my opinion.
And they painted one of the walls like bright, to me, brighter blue or whatever. No, I'm not a fan. Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like in Shanann's house was that green. I didn't like the green.
That was it. It's funny. My first kitchen, the spot on exact same bright green. And I got tired of it really fast. Now I only want beige, light blue, and gray. I don't know what the stages I'm going through, but I just want plain, and then you can add all the holiday color. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want white with black trim. That's where I'm at right now. I really want that.
Yeah, I like sleek, clean. It drives me crazy when I go to people's houses and there's all their kitchen countertops, like for cooking, it's just all papers and stuff. Like, I just want to organize it and put it in folders.
Are you still gonna move to Tennessee? I just read that Jen said Nicole just moved to Tennessee. Nicole Atkins.
Oh, that's
just
funny.
Isn't that funny?
That's funny. We're looking into like the northern Tennessee area, Kentucky, and really low parts of not Illinois, Indiana. There's some really pretty places up there that we are. It's hard because we can't find the exact place that we want to be without the house selling, and we're still trying to sell our house. Like, we found this beautiful place with a second house and a pool, $415. You get 8 acres. It was immaculate, beautiful. Of course, it sold right away. So we're packing everything in pods, and we're going to redo the carpet, things like that, and then get it on the market and kind of look for something more. It's frustrating looking for houses.
Yeah,
People
it is frustrating.
Paint their house walls bright red and yellow way too much.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, like in their kitchen, like horrible colors where you're like, I don't even like the house because I don't want to paint that. But I'm picky. I just want it to look like a brand new house and be super cheap. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that too much? I don't think so.
And if it could be available at the perfect time, perfect.
Yes, you caught alive, Laura. And yes, she did the Thrive colors in her house, so I get why she did it, but
I forgot about that. The Thrive colors.
Yeah. Which of the girls' bedrooms was your favorite? Did you like Bella's or Cece's better?
Bella's, for sure. I like the color scheme of purple, black, and white versus the bright blue. It was too bright for me to feel comfortable in a room if I was picking favorites, Yeah,
I think it was too bright for Cece because she was so active. That I do think colors have effect on our sleep, and so I think it was a little too bright for Cece. But
I think so too. I'd rather have nothing on my walls than something bright like that. It would drive me crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. We have an interview. Do you remember the interview that all the friends did? Chris Watts, the Friends Speak. Chris and Shanann Watts were all the perfect couple with 2 perfect children, and then all the friends got together and spoke.
I really like that one. That's probably like one of my favorites.
It was one of my favorites too, but because it was on Peacock, I can't really show it. So I did find some clips of it and a People article. This is the day after Shanann Watts was unalived. Friends were worried. They hadn't heard from her. Nearly 18 months after Chris Watts unalived his wife and daughters, her friends remember her life in a new TV special. Friends of Shanann Watts spoke out, and they were remembering her, felt that they couldn't contact Shanann, but before they knew, she'd been unalived by her husband, Chris Watts, on August 13th, 2018. Chris Watts strangled Shanann, who was 15 weeks pregnant with her couple's 3rd child. Later that morning, he said he did it to the daughters, Bella 4 and Celeste 3. In a new TV special, Chris Watts' Colorado Killer Dad, The Friends Speak. 4 friends sit down to discuss their feelings. What did you think about the friends and what they had to say about? Do you remember what they said?
Well, I remember watching specifically, I think it was Nate and Cassie were on that one, I think. And I remember Cassie, like, you could tell that she was like so animated when she was talking about it. It was almost like she was like reliving it and feeling it. I remember watching it and just saying like, oh, she was like really worried about her friend. Like, she almost knew something instinctually was happening and like panicking. You could almost see that. like through her eyes when she's telling a story. I do remember that part being really impactful.
We can watch a little portion of it. Hopefully we won't get in trouble.
Excuse me. Oh, yeah. I can't hear it on my end, but that doesn't mean it's not.
Oh, can you guys hear it?
I can read the captions too, so if they can hear it, it's not a big deal at all.
Purple, yeah, purple is for lupus. I don't know. Who is this guy though? Who is he?
Is it the teacher or I'm seeing his face? It's either I remember seeing the teacher interviewed in something, but I think the girl with the light blue shirt is a high school somebody who knew her from way back, and
Zach, friend of Shanann. I've never heard of Zach D.
Yeah, no, I don't recognize him at all. But maybe he was Cassie's husband. And they were friends that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, not a best friend.
What's Cassie's last name? Do we know Cassie's last name?
I don't remember it. I know I've heard it. And then Nate and yeah. I haven't heard anything about her lately. Hopefully she's doing really good.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's doing Thrive or
yeah, it's a good question. And this was one of her high school friends, you think?
I think so.
Oh.
It's been a little while since I watched it, and I remember watching mostly the clips.
Actually, Nicole said that is Julia's husband. She's now married.
Oh.
Oh, you can't hear it either? I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why you can't hear it.
I don't remember Julia.
Because the volume's all the way up on both ends. So sorry. You know, StreamYard has been acting a little weird lately. I think it's impressive though that save Lauren, none of her friends have really done interviews.
Yeah, like not going around. I know the Lenstroms did one really early on. That was just like one interview or whatever, but I haven't really seen too many like people going on podcasts or do you know what I mean? I haven't seen too much of that.
I haven't seen that either. But we're going to go back and look at some of the old interviews. Here's an exclusive that Crime Talk did with one of Shanann's friends. Can you hear this one? Can you all hear this one?
No.
You can't hear this one either? All right. Hold on. I've got to, let me remove this and then try to reconnect my screen. Sometimes that's
I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how you do it already.
All right. Can you hear it now?
You are in.
Yes.
Why don't you just
yes.
Shanann, what was the circumstance?
In January of 2010, my father passed away, and he had lupus, and he used to be part of a message board called Lupus Warriors, and I went on there and wrote a message to all of his other friends on that board, letting them know that he had passed away. And right away, I received a message from Shanann saying that she spoke with my dad often, and she was so sorry for my loss, that she also has lupus.
Aww.
And we kind of just hit it off from there. We have stayed friends since.
Okay.
See, she's so nice.
I know, and I've never seen this interview before. Have you?
No, I didn't even know. I even follow Scott Rice or whatever.
I didn't either.
Okay. Was
Yeah.
it in person? Or
I know it's really
phone?
quiet for some reason. I've got my sound up as high as I can get it. Let me see if I can put the volume boost on it.
I can definitely hear it better than it was before, for sure.
Yeah, it's really quiet though.
Email.
I only saw her one time in person in May of 2011. She was running a 5K for lupus awareness, and I surprised her. She was running and had my dad's name on her tag, and she was running in his honor. So I wanted to go and support her, and I had gone to North Carolina for that.
Well, that's very nice. That was very nice of her to do that, to run in her honor. And obviously, you all talked. I mean,
yeah.
What'd you all talk about? What kind of person was she?
She was driven, very genuine, very sweet, but no BS kind of gal. If she didn't like something, she'd let you know.
I appreciate that in a person, that no BS. Just tell me what don't beat around the bush. Just say it. Say it to me, and we
care
can
about the person. Exactly. If you care about the person, just tell them, because I would want to know. I want to be told stuff.
Yeah. And, sometimes people ask me things and I'm like, listen, do you really want to know what I think? Because it might not be what you want to hear. Because I can't not say how I feel. I can't be nice just to help you out. So.
I can try to be so nice and not know how I feel for yours. No, just kidding.
Very down to earth.
I'm really happy.
She was lovable, really.
Now, I guess 2011, you probably would have known her when she was, when she was married, right?
Yes. Well, she was already separated.
Separated at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever meet her first husband?
No.
No. All right. Did she ever talk about the troubles they had that led to the divorce, or was just amicable?
No.
And just...
It was amicable, and she just wanted to be done. She was ready to be done with that relationship.
All right.
I'm impressed with them for not going and doing a bunch of interviews or seeing what their problems were.
You want?
I'm sorry. I was just saying, I'm impressed with her ex-husband for not doing interviews or saying what their problems were, or ever talking ill of her that I've heard. I feel like that's pretty honorable for an ex-husband,
Well, it's pretty honorable for all of her friends. I don't think I've heard any of her friends come out and say anything negative about her. Not one. Has there been? Well, I mean, probably maybe, but I mean, I don't know if you can. I don't know what to think about Lauren. So, and I don't mean to drag her down either, but I don't understand it.
Did you ever talk with him personally, or?
I spoke with him once. She invited me to their wedding, but I couldn't go because I had just had a baby. And I had called her to let her know I wasn't coming. And he had answered her phone and, was like, I just wanted to let you know who I am. And I've heard so much about you. And he was very nice, very cordial. But that's about it.
There are people in chat that have some questions for Nichol. Hopefully, maybe Nichol would join us sometime to let us ask questions about Shanann. Mally wants to know, did you know right away that CW was, I mean, just the look on her face when she was standing next to him up on the stairs, like when they touch, that zing.
She shakes her hand on the video, and I'm like, oh my gosh. You just feel the look on her face. It's like, oh my gosh. Poor thing. The things that we're going through.
Maybe she doesn't even know how she was feeling at that moment.
Well, it's got to. I just pray for everybody in the situation that, as the years go by, things are a little bit easier, Loss is so hard, especially like that, She seems like she was great. I love the good things about her from this chick. Like, to me, it just makes me happy, and I love hearing that.
I do too. I like hearing about Shanann. I do. It comforts me.
Nothing weird that would say, wow, like just left me a weird feeling on the phone or anything like that. Did she ever talk to you about marital issues or anything along those lines?
Towards the end, yeah. She
Okay.
was in North Carolina staying with her parents, and he had gone back to Colorado, and she had said that he was so distant and that she was very upset, and she felt like he didn't want the baby that she was pregnant with, and she didn't know what to do.
Understand.
Yeah.
Did when you talked to her, did she have concerns that he was having an affair?
No, and I asked her, I said, you know, do you think he would see someone else? She's like, absolutely not. He is not that guy. He would never do that to me. He, from day one, I thought it was unhealthy from day one because he really wanted to date her and she was just all set. She did not like him from the start, and he really won her over.
What
So-
what did she not like about him at first?
Times worse that at the beginning she's just all set. No, thank you. I'm good. And he's like, yeah, I'll win this woman over and then I'll take her life.
Well, and maybe she had some sort of a like first feeling about him that was an intuition or something that she didn't like, you know? But the one weird thing about Chris is he seems like he's manipulates with love bombing a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I'm curious whether her friends saw any of that, of him kind of like love bombing her and any kind of like weird interactions between them like that, like him trying to please her, bringing her things. You know what I mean? I'm curious about that dynamic.
Had to have been because she just said he won her over, so he must have been doing something. I think he made himself so helpful and so like, I mean, going to someone with colonoscopy, that's like when you first meet them. I first of all, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want the person I was dating taking me to a colonoscopy.
Unless you're trying to scare him away. Maybe that was it.
I don't know, because like they blow your colon up with air. You just be sitting there farting with them. I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. That's someone I just have started dating.
That's true. That's true. I guess I didn't think about that part.
I've had some colonoscopies, so I woke up during a colonoscopy. I woke up during my colonoscopy. He was telling them to roll me over, and I said, "You want me to roll over?" He goes, "Yes, roll over." And then I heard him say, "Put her down." And then later, I was like, "Did I wake up?" He's like, "Yes, you woke up."
Dude, if that happened to me, oh my god.
When I went to have my back surgery, I was like, "You must promise me I will not wake up."
I had a talk right before my mouth surgery I just had, where I was like, okay, I wake up panicked from being put out by anesthesia. It really freaks me out. And I guess there's two different kinds of anesthesia. One that's like mellow and you feel great when you wake up. And so I was like, okay, let's do that one. They decided to do that one. I had to have the lady, God bless her, the nurse. I was like, just rub my shoulder. I'm really scared. Like right before they put me out. And I said, and when I wake up, talk nice things and rub my shoulder again. I was so freaking scared. Oh,
did you get put all the way out, or was it local, or was it all the way out?
Yeah, all the way out. I have to go to an oral surgeon. I have the worst dental anxiety in the world, where I'll have a panic attack in the chair.
Oh yeah, it's all I can do is sit there too. I woke up during when I had my wisdom teeth out too. I have like a really strong, when I go to sleep, my metabolism really kicks in. So.
Oh man, that better never happen to me. I think I would just. Well, I'd probably be panicking.
Well, I don't know if like I was terrified I would wake up and not be able to be like I'm awake, and they wouldn't know, but they promised me that it would be like that.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
That's what terrifies.
Like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I always have worse fears than most people.
That's like when you wake up and you can't move.
Yeah, no, that's never happened to me. I'm so grateful. I've never had sleep paralysis. I do sleepwalk, but I've never had. I've slept drove.
I always want to fall asleep in the morning, so I'm afraid of that.
Yeah, no, I like got up from sleeping, and I drove. Sleeping.
God, did you go far?
Yes, it was a nightmare. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh my God, definitely. That is terrifying. I hope you were okay.
Yeah, well, obviously
I
I'm
could barely
okay, and
believe
everyone
it.
else is okay, but it was like, yeah, it's a story. I've got stories.
I don't know.
I'd
I just
padlock you
wasn't
in the
attracted
house.
to him, I guess.
What?
Oh, I would padlock you in the house. So you
Well,
stayed right in there.
I was well, they had prescribed me Ambien. I can't take Ambien, obviously. I took Ambien, and that's what made me do it. So I have to be really careful with medications.
I mean, if you go back and look at him in 2011 and 12, he does not look like the Chris that you see today.
Heavier and things of that nature.
Yeah, not that I think she was petty and was like, oh, he's a heavy guy, but he really didn't take good care of himself, and that's something that she was really into.
Okay.
Okay, so that's interesting that she's saying that Chris didn't take care of himself, and she wanted somebody to take care of himself, because I know that they say when they're bashing Shanann, they will say that she looked for Shanann or Chris because he was fat. Like she likes fat guys. That's another thing I've heard people say about her.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
But I think she wanted a blank canvas too. You know what I mean? Like she did so much for him. She made him like dress so much cooler. She like socialized with like most of the friends were people that she brought around, or do you know what I mean? Like I think she completely changed who he would have been. You know what I mean? He probably just would have always been t-shirt, jeans, mechanic-y outfit kind of guy. Versus she held herself at a really high standards of how she looked. She looked great all the time. I think. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm sure she wanted that too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did she ever talk to you about Thrive?
Yes.
I mean, lots of times there's people in the multi-level marketing type of situation where they got to call their friends and things like that. Did she hit you up pretty hard for that stuff?
No, she really didn't. She said, I'm with this new company and, it's vitamins like on a sticker. And she told me all about it. And she's like, if you want, I can send you free samples. You try it out. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. If not, don't. And I was all set with it from the beginning. Not really my style. But she didn't question after that. Like, that was it. Well, but she really pushed it on her Facebook. Every picture had a Thrive sticker in it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those. I'm not going to say I've seen every one of them, but that's today's world as far as marketing. Everything's on the internet, and the cost of it is nothing to go live, so to speak. So, how often did you all talk? Do you think when
before she had Bella, we talked like once a week, and then once she had Bella, we talked probably 2 or 3 times a week because she had a lot of concerns as a new mom.
Yeah. What were some of those concerns?
She had this book about training your child to sleep through the night, and she was really organized, and everything had a schedule, and Bella was in bed at like 6 o'clock at night and would sleep through the night. She said it's because I sleep trained her, and she was just very scheduled.
Very scheduled.
With everything. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like that. Very organized.
Yes.
In everything that she.
I've always wanted to be organized and scheduled, but I just am not.
Well, I've always wanted to, like, for my personal life, but I had a friend who had a baby at the exact same time as me, and that baby was on.
You're breaking up a lot.
What?
I can't. You're breaking up a lot.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me better now?
No, it's worse. I'm gonna boot you from the studio and come right back. Okay. Okay, we're gonna fix her audio, and she'll be right back. If you guys could take a moment and give this live a thumbs up, helps us go out into the algorithm, party out there, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out. I'm also trying to get to 7K. I am 4 subscribers away. So if you could just check and see if you are subscribed to my channel. And if you're not, it's a free way to help me out. And if you don't like me, you can just click the unsubscribe, and it's that easy. I think you'll like us. Heroes.
Is that better?
No.
Oh.
It seems like it works in the beginning, and the longer we go forward, the worse it gets. I cannot figure it out.
Maybe it's something with my phone.
Oh, wait, no. It's okay. It's better now. I don't know.
Okay, good.
Okay. Hi from Montana. Let's see what people in chat are saying. I doubt Chris had it in himself to chase a woman. Oops, sorry. He needed a masculine woman, a gutsy one on her knees with struggle so he could destroy her down the road. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. That he definitely, like, from what she was saying, I was getting that or I was agreeing that he's definitely like a beta type.
And what?
Opposites, he's definitely like a beta type, I would say. And opposites attract a lot, I think, you know? So he was probably looking for the alpha.
Yeah, I
feel
think
like
maybe
with me anyways,
your value. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I can't figure it out. Like, it gets worse the longer we're on. Does anybody know? Has anyone had these problems with doing lives for Rose? It seems it's okay in the beginning, but the longer it usually starts happening about 45 minutes into it. I don't get it.
And I'm plugged into the Wi-Fi, and it jumps to the other internet, so I don't know why it's doing this.
Yeah, I don't either.
Do you want to maybe end it in a few minutes and then do live, like maybe on Friday if you're free?
Yeah, let's do that. And maybe we'll invite, maybe we'll get a panel together or something.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, if you guys want to come on Friday, or if you guys have anything to say, definitely email one of us and see if you want to come on. And if it goes out, that'd be cool to kind of talk to everybody. And I know you have a lot of people that you talk to.
Yeah, and I'm curious, you guys that are listening now, if you could just let me know, is it just me that the sound, I can't understand her? Can you guys understand her? Is it maybe something on my end that's going on? Because there's that too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not happening with anybody else the lives with, so I don't know. But yes,
I need to get a new one. Okay, definitely. Oh, it just stopped totally.
Intermittent, they said. Okay, sounds better. It's intermittent. Yeah, it's intermittent. Sometimes it's okay. Like if you stop talking for a while and then you talk again, it's fine. But if you talk for long periods of time, it's not. So I don't know.
Well, and if you ever want to try muting me during it, like when I'm not talking, maybe that'll help.
I have been doing that, but it just, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Sorry.
I will actually, what I will do, I had some of the Thayer video that we were going to watch, and I had the Lauren, I did a live with the Lauren interview that we were going to take a peek at. I'll just move that to Friday we'll just do a part 1 and part 2, and then we'll just do the rest of it on Friday. Yeah. Okay. Okay, bro.
That sounds great. Thanks for coming, everybody. Nice to see you as always, Amy. Talk to you later.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you.
Okay, Guys, so be sure to check to see if you're subscribed. I will put the link for Rose's channel because Rose is Rosie. I'm sure you guys know that. We've been doing lives together for a while. But I will put Rose's channel down in the show notes. I will put everything that we viewed today down in the YouTube show notes. We do this for fair play use and to cite our sources. This is just all our opinion for educational purposes only. We send our love to the real victims in this case, the friends and family. And yeah, if nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm going to tell you this. I love you guys so, so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks, everyone, for.
I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a good way to help me.
Baby, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine, feels fine. Baby, I'm dancing with you tonight. Here in the blue, I'm dancing and falling out, hoping for some time with you.